Hi, this is Ross with DIY on the House. If you're looking for a welder that is arc and wire feed, I think I might have what you're looking for. The people over at Synergic sent this welder to give it a try. It is a dual function. It is a wire feed welder and an arc welder as well. So it looks like a fairly good setup, and what I'll do is I'm going to put it all together, show you how to connect everything, and then we'll give it a try. Alright, so included in the package is the wire feed lead, the arc welder ground. Also has an electrode holder. It also comes with an instruction manual. It comes with a new shield and a couple tips, one for 8mm and 1mm wire. And then it also comes with a pound of 1mm wire. It also comes with the standard plug for the wall outlet, but it also comes with an adapter that can be plugged in to 220. The machine will automatically switch over to 220. Okay, to install the wire, just push the little button on the door here, and there you have the wire feed. Okay, so the way this all hooks up is the wire will actually be spooling off the bottom of the roll and then feed into the cable. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. We're just going to undo our wire. And we'll go ahead and put that on. I'm not going to be undoing it until I get it actually on there. So we'll take off the tensioning nut. Once that's off, you want to make sure the spool is going to be paying off the bottom. So we'll go ahead and stick that on. We're going to go ahead and put our spacer on it, and we'll just rotate that until it slips in, just like that. And then our spring, our washer, and then we'll put on the tensioning nut and just tension that down until there's a little bit of resistance on it. Okay, once that's done, now we're going to unloosen this tensioning, and we're going to bring the door up, and that's going to expose this and the wheel. I'm going to go ahead and bring the tension down so that the spool is tight. If I leave it loose, the wire is going to want to start unraveling. And we want to try to keep that as tight as possible, so I'm going to keep my fingers on that. Undo the wire. I'm going to keep tension on it, and I'm going to clip this. Nice clean cut. Alright, at this point, I'm going to keep my fingers up here and insert the wire into the cable here. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is get this fed into that there, and then I'm going to push it a little. Alright, at this point, I'm going to bring the door back down, bring this, and go ahead and tighten this tensioning nut. Okay, once that's done, I'm going to unloosen this to where the wire will feed, but I don't want it to just unravel. So it's kind of a feel thing on this. Once you feel it that it's not going to go unspooling, that's where you want to be at. That's not a very good description, but that is kind of just, it's all on the feel. And also I just seen that I don't have the spring on the right side of the there's some little pegs here that we need to get this spring down on. And now I'm kind of in a quandary of getting my fingers and everything in here without losing the spool. And we're going to bring that back down. Okay, so when I'm spinning this, I just want a little bit of tension. I don't want to have it loose. I don't want to have it too tight, because the machine's going to be trying to pull this wire through it, and you don't want to be stressing it out, stressing the motor out. You just want a nice, even. And you can also, while you're feeding the wire in, you can unloosen the spool tension to something that's suitable for you. Okay, at this point, I'm just going to plop the door down. On the back side of the unit is the main power source. Alright, so now we got this on. You hear the fan come on. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and choose if I'm doing ARC or if I'm doing MIG. So what I want to do is hit the red button. It's going to bring it down to 8mm wire. We're using 1mm, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to where the 1mm light illuminates. At this point, I'm going to hit the red button on the wand, and you can start seeing the wire feed in. I can mess with my tension a little bit now. All right, we'll just split that feed through. There it is. Okay, so the wire is, everything's all set up for a wire feed, and so now I'm just going to hit the power. It'll cool itself, and then the machine will kick down just like that right there. Okay, so that's all ready to go. So we're just going to leave that be. Okay, so now to, of course, wire feed weld, you need a ground. So on the ground wire, it has a little notch right here. We're going to fit that into the positive side, and we're going to twist that. All right, so now we are absolutely set up for wire feed welding. Now, if you're going to do arc welding, you're going to take the electrode line, and we're going to put that in and just give that a twist on the negative. So you'll be hooked up like that. So as far as for arc welding, you choose on the button when the machine is on. Once the arc is illuminated, you'll be doing arc. Once you go down to your MIG on the wire size, you'll be doing wire feed. All right, so everything is hooked up. We're going to go ahead and put it to the test. I'm just going to do some light welding with it and see what it does on wire and on arc. I'll be using 6011 rod, and so we'll get that all set up and get ready to roll. All right, so we're out here. We got our metal ready, and first thing I'm going to do, we're going to do a little wire welding. I'm going to go ahead and switch the machine on. Okay, right now it's on arc. I'm going to go ahead and hit the red button twice to go to 1mm wire. First thing we're going to do is we're going to hook up our ground clamp to the metal, and then what we're going to need to do is, I've already played with this, so I got an idea what's already going on. In the instruction manual, they're actually pretty good at showing the setting at what you need to be welding at. So with the 1mm wire, the welding current should be 70 to 180. Or optimal current is 80 to 120. When I set it up before, I was running right around 90, and that is running great. So I'll go ahead and weld something up real quick. Okay, before we get started, one last note. There is no wire speed control on this. While you're welding, you are the wire speed control. So take that in mind. If you're staying in one position too long, you need to move on. The wire does come out at a fairly good clip, so you need to be welding and keeping it rolling. Okay, you really need to keep moving and to keep the wire flowing. It does a great job. Not a ton of splatter, a little bit, but if you can keep the wire moving at a fast rate, you'll reduce that splatter rate. So now I'm going to switch over to arc. I'm just going to hit the red button until the arc illuminates, and now we're no longer got juice to this, and now we got juice to this. All right, so I'm going to use a 6011, and I'm going to refer to the manual again. This one I did have to mess around a little bit to get it to where it burned pretty hot. The 6011 is going to come out to 3.2mm on the electrode. We're going to go ahead and dial this up to 111. Let's just put it at 111. Its welding current is for 108 to 148 on this unit. And if it's not good enough, you're sticking just up the amperage. As you can see, I had to end up cranking it up to 139 to get it to go. And that, you know, if it was hooked up to 220, and this thing probably just turn and burn. It's a little harder to get the rod started on the 110, but once you get it going, if you get the amperage cranked up, it does do pretty good. Okay, so my thoughts on this. Wire feed, man, this thing hauls butt. It's a great welding machine. As far as arc, you need to crank the amperage up to get her rolling. Like I said, if you've got that 220 outlet to plug this thing in, I would suggest doing that. But it's still not a problem. You can do it. You just work around it and make the machine work for you. As far as if I was going to give this to somebody, or you're thinking about a gift, or you're thinking about this for the house, that's your awesome machine. I'd definitely do it. And I'll be happy to have it, and we'll just do small jobs with it and use the heck out of it. Okay, so that's the machine from Simder. It's a MIG 140. Great little machine, works great. So if you are looking for something, grab it. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you'd like to comment, make comments down below, and we appreciate you watching DIY on the House.